Hello everyone, it's me, Brother Mark, and it seems as Nano V Movies decided to do a one musical scene in which we talk about our favorite musical scenes in movies. I decided to do a movie that isn't exactly beloved or even popular for that matter, Les Miserables, and it's the scene in which Jean Valjean meets the Bishop. Now, some may say that I'm cheating for using a musical for this scene, and I honestly don't care. It's a very good scene. I tend to talk about it. So anyway, our story begins in 1815, 26 years after the French Revolution. Our story follows a man named Jean Valjean, Monsieur Jean Valjean. And it seems things aren't looking so good for old Johnny Boy. You see, he was arrested for stealing bread for his starving nephew and netted 25 years in prison doing slave labor. After a triumphantly depressing musical number, we learn that these prisoners are being taken care of by Javert, an infamously brutal and remorseless law enforcement officer. But shocker of shocks, it seems Monsieur Javert has some good news for our good friend Johnny Boy.
Now, prisoner 24601, your time is up and your parole's begun. You know what that means. Yes, he's so free. No.
He then goes on to tell John that he'll have to keep a record of all of his actions every week till the day he dies, as a part of his parole mandates. John then remarks that it was unfair for him to be in prison for 25 years for stealing bread to feed someone hungry, and he's understandably upset for having to be treated like a criminal for doing what he had to do. We then learn this.
5 years for what you did. The rest because you tried to run. Yes, 24601.
My name is Jean Valjean.
Did you hear that? He was given 5 years for petty theft, and then another 19 years for having run from it. With such a steep sentence, I would have ran too. We then see John walking towards a cross, very symbolic, and trying to get from one place to the other. He then stops to remark about how, even though he's happy to be free, he has no intention of letting go of the hatred for the people who took away 25 years of his life. We then cut to a montage where John gets denied work, reports for parole, is denied lodging, and then is beaten up. John is then forced to sleep in the cemetery where he meets the bishop. Just watch this scene real quick.
Come and sir, for you are weary, and the night is cold out here. Though our lives are very humble, what we have to share. There is wine here to revive you. There is bread to make you strong. There's a bed to rest till morning. Rest from pain and rest from wrong.
Beautiful. And then the nuns and the bishop feed Jean, where the bishop blesses the food, the nuns, and him, a stranger he had only met just a few hours ago, and calls him their honored guest. This reminds me of a Bible verse, Exodus chapter 22, verse 21. Do not vex or oppress a stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. Kindness doesn't mean much to Jean, however, so he steals and makes off with a bunch of valuables from the church. He is then caught, beaten, and returned to the bishop, where this happens.
We have your silver. We caught this man red-handed. You had the nerve to say you gave him this?
That is right. But my friend, you left so early. Surely something slipped your mind. You forgot. I gave these also. Would you leave the best behind?
Monsieur,
Release him. This man has spoken true. I commend you for your duty. Now God's blessing go with you. But remember this, my brother. See in this some higher plan. You must use this precious silver to become an honest man. By the witness of the martyrs, by the passion and the blood, God has raised you out of darkness. I have saved your soul for God.
Did you see that? The guy he was just robbing a few minutes ago not only spares him punishment in return to the slave labor he now rightfully deserves, he then forgives him and reminds him that he is letting his hatred turn him into the thing that they accused him of. However, I will admit that one of my major gripes with this movie is that they only go halfway opera. They don't sing all of their lines like they would in a true opera, like the original play. So I looked up the original song, and it's way better, and I'll do you the favor of singing it because I don't want to get copyright. Tell his reverence your story, let us see if he's impressed. You were lodging here last night, you were the honest bishop's guest. And then out of Christian goodness, when he learned about your plight, you maintain he made a present of his silver. That is right. But my friend, you left so early, surely something slipped your mind. You forgot I gave these also. Would you leave the best behind? Now, monsieur, you may release him, for this man has spoken true. I commend you for your duty. May God's blessing go with you. See how much better that version of the song is, where they sing all their lines? And on the same note as the original musical, the man who plays the bishop in the movie is the man who played Jean Valjean in the original Broadway musical, which only makes the scene itself that much better. Like it's a past version of Jean Valjean coming back to redeem him. It's very interesting. Anyway, that is my one musical scene. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you very much. God bless you all.